What's good, everybody? So right now I'm about to bring you guys another top 10 video today, and to this week's top 10 videos are going to be the top 10 best cards to pull out of the Duelist Saga set. Duelist Saga set is dropping this Friday, so with that being said, I thought it would be the prime time to give you guys a top 10 list for that set. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright everybody, so this is my top 10 best cards coming out of Duelist Saga. And if you guys haven't already, if you're a new viewer to the channel, please subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. So without giving too much talking, I'm going to jump straight into the top 10. And before the top 10 actually starts, I'm going to pretty much say this top 10 list is not going in any specific order. 1 is not better than 10, 10 is not better than 1, etc. These 10 cards on the list right here are all equal in power in my personal opinion. I mean, some more than others, obviously. So, without further ado, let's begin. Number 10, Harpy's Featherstorm. Harpy's Featherstorm is a very powerful trap card coming out of this set, and is a really great support card for the Harpy Lady archetype. Effect basically reads, if you control a Wing Beast type monster into the end phase of this turn, negate any monster effect your opponent activates. If you control a Harpy monster, you can activate this card from your hand. If this card in its owner's spell and trap card zone is destroyed by the opponent's card effect, you can add a 1 Harpy's Feather from your deck or grab it to your hand. Now this card is pretty good due to the fact that if we ever get Feather Duster back in the TCG, that second effect is going to be huge. Now, the reason why this card is great is because not only can it be used in generic Winged Beast decks, it can also be used as a really powerful card as a hand trap for people playing Harpy type of decks. So it's pretty much like a Phoenix Chain type of an effect, negating monster effect your opponent activates. So it can be really solid in stopping your opponent's key plays, like if they activate a Vision Hero Valentine or a Bro Hunter, this card can come in handy to stop them out. So at number 10 on this list, I have to have Harpy's Featherstorm, because that card is just really powerful, and I think it has a lot of potential to do great in Harpy based decks. Coming to this list at number 9. Imperial Order. Now, a lot of you old school players already know the power of Imperial Order. Need I say any more? Effect basically reads, negate all spell cards and effects on the field. Once per turn during the standby phase, you must pay 700 life points. This is not optional, or this card is destroyed. Now, this card was erratic. Original effect has basically read, you can pay, it was optional to pay the fucking life points, and it pretty much essentially did the same thing. Imperial Order is a very powerful card. It hasn't seen light since, like, man, 2004, 2005. And back in those days, it was just a staple that you ran just to lock your opponent out. Now, people are predicting in today's meta it's going to be the same exact way. And based on OCG results, they are wrong. People mainly cite that this is an OCG, or hell, they don't even run it at all. But with a powerful effect like this, it's definitely going to shine in decks that run a lot of traps, that don't run a lot of spells, for example, Paleozoics. So with that being said, Imperial Order had to be on the list at number 9 because it's a very powerful card with a strong ass effect. Coming to this at number 8, Power Wall. A card coming out of the anime. Power Wall is a very powerful card. Effect basically reads, during damage calculation, when you would take battle damage from an opponent's attacking monster, send 1 card from the top of your deck to the graveyard for every 500 damage rounded up. So say, for example, if you hit your opponent for 6,500, you round that up. Well, if you hit your opponent for like 6,700, you will round it up to 7,000. You are about to take. So then after you round up the damage, you take no battle damage from that battle. This is great, and it's going to shine in decks like Infernoids, decks that resolve off the graveyard, decks like Spirals, and etc. From its anime counterpart, the anime counterpart pretty much said you milled for every 100 damage you take. So that card would have been bonkers, and Konami kind of, in a sense, made it more fair, but at the same time, they made it more easier to understand as well. Because if you think about it, the anime effect, if you mill off by 100, and let's say for example your opponent goes for an onslaught and boost the monster up and hit you for 4,000. If I know you're playing this card, I'm just gonna try to hit you for 4,000 and do some damage. So, I mean, the card is really great, really powerful, and is arguably better or worse than the anime effect. Either way, Power Wall is going to definitely be used and shining in decks like Inferno is. Coming to this at number 7, Vision Hero Vion. Now, what will be a top 10 list for me without including some form of heroes? Vision Hero Vion is pretty much, in my opinion, Element Hero Stratos replacement, even though Stratos didn't need a replacement. Effect basically reads, if he's normal or special, you can send 1 hero monster from your deck to the graveyard, aka Shadow Mist. You can only use this effect of Vision Hero Vion once per turn. Once per turn, you can banish 1 hero monster to your graveyard. add a poly. So pretty much he's a +1. If you want to dump Shadow Mist, add Bubble Man, banish Shadow Mist, add a poly. Guaranteed a polymerization play with just one card, which is why Vision Hero Valiant is so great. So right now Vision Hero Valiant is trash due to the fact that the format is so damn fast. But in the slower format, I can definitely see him putting in some work against a lot of players who want to run heroes, but don't want to worry about the opponent going off on them. And so in link format, this might be a card to look forward to. And then not to mention, just dumping Shadow Man as adding Bubble Man is really powerful, and it also helps you set up your Miracle Fusion plays. Going into number 6, since I just talked about Vision Hero Valiant, I'm going to go into Elemental Hero Honestly Neos. Now honestly, Neos is arguably one of the best cards Hero has got since Masked Hero Dark Law and the Masked Hero Archetype. Effect basically reads, during either player's turn, you can discard this card, target one hero monster on the field, it gains 2500 attack until the end of this turn. During either player's turn, you can discard one hero monster. This card gains attack equal to the discarded monster attack at the end of this turn. You can only use each effective Valiant materials Honestly Neos once per turn. Now Honestly Neos is a pretty great card due to the fact that it's light, so it helps you out with Miracle Fusion plays, and the fact that it's pretty much ain't honest for the hero deck, something hero players could not have never imagined to ever get, aka 3900 Dark Law, which is very powerful against any type of deck. So Honestly Hero Neos is definitely a 3-of in all hero decks, no exceptions, and I definitely plan on tinkering with this card, so pick up 3 because a lot of hero players like me will be looking for it. Coming in at number 5, we have Gozuki, a spin-off of Mizuki and a very great card, but amazing artwork, by the way. I love it. 4 stars, Earth zombie type of monster, great effect, by the way. During your main phase, you can send one zombie type monster from your deck to the graveyard, aka Mizuki. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish one zombie type monster from your graveyard except Gozuki. To special summon one zombie type monster from your hand, you can only use each effective Gozuki once per turn. Now, Gozuki is amazing due to the fact that he combos well with Mizuki. So you can dump Mizuki, banish Mizuki, bring out another zombie, go for a Synchro or XYZ play, combos well with play spreader. So honestly, I'm glad to see zombies get more support because it's one of my favorite archetypes low-key. And honestly speaking, in a zombie deck is definitely a 2 to 3 of. I mean, dumping Mizuki is very powerful. And I'm looking forward to see what kind of decks players think of when it comes to Gozuki. Coming in is listed at number 4. We have number 70 Malevolent Sin. Now number 70 Malevolent Sin is a pretty decent card in my personal opinion. He's generic, which is why I like it. He requires 2 level 4 monsters, 2400 attack, 12 defense, so his stats are pretty great. Once per turn, you can attach one expensive material from this card, then target one monster your opponent controls, banish it into your opponent's next standby phase. At the end of the damage step, if this card attacks, you can make this card gain 300 attack, and if you do, increase its rank by 3. Now, increasing the rank by 3 thing doesn't really matter, but the thing about this card that does, well, I guess you can use it to use those cards that rank up when you have a card at a certain level. But the main thing I like about this card is the fact that it spot removals for a certain amount of time. This can help you lead into an OTK play, push over your opponent's attacks, and it just opens up the Pandora's box for doing a lot of powerful plays, and it's generic, so that's the best thing I like about it. So card effects like this gets used a lot. A great example of this would be back in the day when a lot of people used to use that one Destiny hero. They used to banish monster from the field into your opponent's next standby phase. So with that being said, number 70 Malevolent Sin had been listed at number 4 because this is a really powerful card. Coming in to number 3. Diamond Dust, a card that's a little bit past its prime. Diamond Dust is a card that was released in the OCG during the Necros format, and us in the TCG is just now getting it. Effect basically reads, destroy as many water monsters in the field as possible, then inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each water monster destroyed into the graveyard by this effect. Now this card is going to be pretty powerful in Link format due to the fact that everyone's talking about playing Mermail in Link format because it's going to be a deck that does not revolve around the extra deck. And also, it's going to be a pretty good side deck card in that format as well, because a lot of people are ironically talking about playing Necron. So, Diamond Dust is just a solid pickup overall. And even in formats where it doesn't need to shine, the card is just going to be really good due to the fact that it's just a spot removal that targets a specific archetype that's already powerful, like Mermails, Necros, and etc. So, pick up 3 Diamond Dust, no exception, which is why it's listed number 3. Coming in to number 2. Guard Penguin. Now this is a funny one from my top 10 list, and a lot of you guys are probably gonna think, why the fuck does he have Guard Penguin? Well, Guard Penguin is a pretty unique card effect in itself. 4 stars, he's at magical level, And its effect based the reason when you take damage from a card effect is that during this damage step, you can special summon him from your hand. And if you do, gain damage equal to the damage you took. Gain life points equal to the damage you took. Now, the reason why the Guard Penguin is so powerful, in my opinion, because it's going to be an ideal card to side deck against burn decks, against anything burn related. So, when you're going to a regionals, which is mainly you're going to see a lot of regionals, and into a YCS, this card is going to reign supreme, because that way he's going to ensure you don't have to worry about your opponent just sacking you out with a burn deck like a chain burn or a nurse burn, because it happens more often than you guys would like to lead on to, you guys would actually think. And yeah, you have Twin Twister, you have Road to Crease side deck, but just a resolving Guard Penguin can just win you the game. So I think it's a cute little pickup. 3 of them. Predicting the card's going to be cheap. So if you guys are scared of chain burn like I am, definitely pick up Guard Penguin. And then not to mention, after you negate the burn effect damage, you can also exceed or synchro with them. So that's another plus to the card. Coming to this list, number 1, and the last card on this list, I'm going to talk about Silent Angler, another powerful card coming out of the OCG and this set. The card was used in hero decks, which is why I have it on this list. Pretty much, if you control a water monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, but then you can't bring out special summon cards from your hand for the rest of the turn. So pretty much the combo you can go is Hero Lives into your Shadow Mist, set, Bubble Man, go Silent Angler, and then you can just go off from there. Well, I guess you can't go Silent Angler, but Silent Angler just combos well with Bubble Man, and it's a really powerful card. It was used in the OCG for heroes, and then honestly, outside of heroes, it's just a solid card in general. If you control the water monsters, bring them out, which helps you promote more XYZ plays, and it has that one of those Cyber Dragon effects where your opponent cannot chain to. So number 1 on this list, Silent Angler. Number 2 on this list, Guard Penguin. Number 3 on this list, Diamond Dust. Number 4 on this list, Malevolent Sin. Number 5 on this list, Gozuki. Number 6 on this list, Elemental Hero Odyssey Neos. Number 7, Vision Hero Vion. Number 8, Powerwall. Number 9, Imperial Order. Number 10, Harper's Featherstorm. This is my top 10 best cards coming out of Duelist Saga. If some of you cards that you guys love was not listed on this list, you can post and talk about those cards in the description below. As I always tell you guys, if you're new here to the channel, please subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. I upload as many times as I can during the week, but I'm usually uploading damn near every single day. So yeah guys, this is Chris from Innovation Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm signing out. Peace guys, stay innovative. Deuces.